Hey guys, welcome back to Real Housewives Recaps. Today we are in the writer's room. We're working on that finale episode. They are long-winded on this one. So last episode I came up with load of pants bingo, and you guys, the response was incredible. So many people loved it. So it's back. So I'm going to flash that up on the screen. You can play along at home. Let's see how quickly we get bingo. I'm guessing in just a matter of minutes. But I hope you enjoyed this episode. Hey, if this is your first one, it's okay. It'll still make sense. The writers are insufferable. We laugh at them. That's how this game goes. Let's get into it. But first, check out my merch. Link below. I got Midnight Toast, Justice for Steve. It's a load of pants. Or find me on Patreon. It's patreon.com/Real Housewives Recaps.
And so in some ways, Miranda choosing red is like, that's a piece I'm keeping. I want to do that, you know? And I think that's really cool. In the same way, Carrie's like, look, I don't care if I have a hip deformity. I'm still the girl who wears heels.
And ladies and gentlemen, these are the people who wrote And Just Like That. So we dive right in with them talking about Miranda's red hair and how different it is. Did they not just dye that damn wig red? That's what it looked like to me, because it's a weird shade of red. So it's like they mixed red with that stupid gray color, and that's where they came out with that. But also, Carrie wearing heels after the hip surgery is just, I mean, it just doesn't make any sense. It's just stupid.
Like there's the stuff you keep and the stuff you shift.
Yeah.
But especially with Miranda, when she holds the which Brady says, what happened to all the gray pride?
Oh, they're proud of that one. I would put that under everything I write is hilarious.
Which is just so close to
Over the top laugh. You guys were almost at a bingo already.
gay pride, but it's gray pride, and it's both her storylines, and it's very weird.
We could go ahead and mark off stupid hair and wig as well.
But the idea that not only does she go back.
MPK, dramatic pause. You guys, this is too easy. You could go ahead and stick in Michael Patrick Dickhead, too.
To being who she was. She goes back to being what her hair color was.
Yes.
Which doesn't mean that's who she is. That means that's what color her hair is at
Over-explaining anybody?
this moment. She also lets go of the internship, which is nothing Miranda would ever do.
Right. And something we felt sure that if I'm watching that show, I'm like, she's gonna do the internship. She's not going
As soon as Naya tells us there's an internship at Human Rights Watch.
How dumb am I? I didn't even remember to add forced woke.
Yeah. But
we know what Miranda's going to do.
And that also led us to, because remember that scene in the bathroom with Miranda and Carrie and Rabbi Jen did not exist at the time of the table read. And I remember, first of all, we loved Hari. Am I saying it right? We loved that actress so much that we were like, let's give her more. But people who have been friends for 100 years, there is also this implicit feeling of a contract.
Now I'm just wishing I had left room for a square that says, what the hell are you talking about?
Of like, you're this person. I know that.
Mm-hmm.
And then if you make certain changes, it also harkens back to the first episode where she says, you don't like my hair because it makes you feel old. It's like, if you're going to do this crazy thing and be un-Miranda, leave the internship and go with someone who may or may.
This could be self-congratulations and they don't understand the characters.
Not give you what you want or need in the end, then that's going to force me to look at what I'm doing.
But I want to point out that no one says that. That's in Miranda's head.
Of course.
And also, Carrie doesn't say, if you're going to do this crazy thing, doesn't judge it.
Right. Yeah.
She says, are you doing this? Why are you doing this? There's a door
Michael Patrick King, dramatic pause.
open. Their conversation in the bathroom is about surprise. And Miranda comes in trying to be all of Miranda.
Mm-hmm.
She comes in with a schedule. I can do this if I do this. If I do this, I can go to...
Oh my gosh, so many here. Dramatic pauses. Writing Miranda as Cynthia Nixon, discussing the rules. Lots of stuff going on here.
Paris and drop the ashes with you. I can do this, and I can do this. And then she's also arguing the other part, which is when Carrie brings up reality, you can't do that. It's too far. She goes, but I want to be there. I want to be there for you, and I want to be there for Che. And Carrie's just the mirror to her insecurity. And Carrie is not judging her. She judges her once when she says, what are you going to do? Sit in an audience and laugh all day.
Judgment,
and then she
right.
owns it. But the fact of the matter is Miranda is in a growth spurt. It's really about the fact of the matter. And Elisa, you said you can have a choice. And what I agree with that with a caveat, which is as long as you're honest and clean with the people whose lives you're affecting along the way.
Yeah.
You can't just leave Steve and go. You have to sit down from Steve. And
you have to have the hard conversation.
You have to have the hard conversations with your partner that you're leaving, with your partner that you're going to. And the great thing about the nightclub scene after Che sings is old Miranda is there calling Che on their shit. You had no time, but you had to do.
I would put this in the over-explaining, maybe smelling their own farts category.
Well, you had enough time to do a whole song.
Right.
And practice. And then Che goes, I'm a fucking narcissist. Che's a stand-up.
Owns their shit.
The one line we did cut was, Miranda, you don't like stand-up comedy. But
it's hard to even make this funny because it's so ridiculous.
That's like in the old draft of Carrie trying to awaken Miranda to her old self. It's like, you hate stand-up. But the idea of Carrie and Miranda in the bathroom, having as Regina just said, the hard, uncomfortable conversation. But it's really Miranda just saying, why can't I be this new person? And Carrie says, you can. Why are you asking me for permission?
Yeah.
And that's the grown-up.
Self-congratulations. They wrote it. They're talking about how much they love it. All the in the background. Self-congratulations.
That's right. And it's like sort of saying like you don't just come of age one time at 13 or whatever.
Right.
Like
That's
there's many
so
chapters
true.
and you can come of age at any of those chapters. And I think like there's so much, even though it might feel shocking to people, there's so much hope in Miranda's story.
By the way, first of all, this whole thing happens
Michael Patrick Dickhead interrupts.
when somebody's in a traditional bat mitzvah, somebody would be turning from a girl to a woman. And all of a sudden, these two grown-up 55-year-olds are having a discussion while they're eating penny candy. So they're 13 and 55. But the thing is, when Miranda says, I'm going to be in L.A., Carrie reacts with Miranda projects that Carrie's judging it. But in reality, Carrie's mortified that she assumed that anybody else had to continue on this journey with her. So she actually pulls away because she wants to get away.
I'm sorry. I feel like I just hit my head. He says so many words that say nothing, right? I mean, he's just over-explaining the nothing that we got here. So maybe we can chalk this one up to trying to convince us that we should love it.
Because she
realizes
the mirror is held up to her. I've been this needy friend.
And also, no one's going all the way with me. I have to do it alone.
Right.
But she assumed just that those two ladies would be there for her, just like Carrie assumed that she would take the internship. Needless to say, the last vignette of Carrie is Carrie's version of reality. I mean, the gown she's wearing, the hair, the Eiffel Tower bag, the gloves. That's Carrie's reality, folks. That might not be your reality, but if Carrie is going to go and say a final goodbye to the love of her life,
to the hilt,
she doesn't need anybody's fucking permission.
Yeah, nothing makes sense.
Including the audiences. She has an impulse. She is dressed
for herself.
And for her
late
event.
husband.
And Carrie's never been one who plays reality. There's no catalog that says, or book, what you should wear if you're dumping the love of your life's ashes off the kissing bridge in Paris.
I've had so many people write me, by the way, and say that this would be totally illegal to do. I didn't even think about that. I just thought it was so stupid. And I was distracted by her big, dumb yellow dress.
It's wrong to wear fuchsia opera gloves and a tangerine couture silk gown.
Oh, fuck off with that. It is a collection of bags found under my sink. That is ridiculous.
With Josephine
Puffy
of
sleeves.
Napoleon and Josephine hair done by Serge Normand.
Over the top laughter.
It's wrong. Guess what, folks?
Yeah.
It's Carrie.
You
So
heard it
how
here.
we got to Paris is an interesting journey because the reality is I always knew when you think of the old show, the significant end of that show was after the 6 years, before the movies, the 6 years, Big told her on the bridge, it's you.
Big had more of a history with Natasha in Paris. So I'm going to try to chalk this one up as, yeah, they don't understand their own characters.
So to me, that's their moment. That's their opening in a portal. Paris, it's romantic, but it's actually
fantasy come true.
It's the first time
Yeah.
he really said that to her. So it's fantasy and reality. And the reason she's actually in Paris is because after she has the lamp fixed, metaphysical alert, not a spoiler alert, a metaphysical alert. After she has the lamp.
Lamp! I love lamp. I love lamp. P.S. I've had so many of you asking for a lamp on merch. I can do that if that's something you want. Just let me know in the comments.
Fixed, it blinks again. And she goes to sleep and she has a flash dream.
What is it with this toolbox and Flash? Flash dream, Flash period, Flash dance that lives downstairs? It doesn't make any sense.
She's back and forth between the bridge in Paris and Jackie and Smoke's wedding. The idea of that kiss, that romance brings her, whoom. Oh, that's where Big wants to be. Now, you can say it's your subconscious. You can say it's Big.
You can say you're full of shit.
But that's the reason Carrie's in Paris, because she, in her subconscious, got a gentle reminder that that's a poetic end for them. And after such a tragic event, it's quite sad, but poetic, that's where...
Poetic or pathetic?
She releases Big. And the journey of pitching...
You guys, I'm really not slowing him down there. This is truly how he is speaking. Like, his words are the most important thing ever. Like, you must pause to give them more importance. How fucking annoying would that be? Hey, can you pass the salt? Sure. Would you like pepper? Like, fuck off.
That to her friends, and them Miranda not being able to go makes that even more of a harder earned journey, because she says to them at the end of the day mitzvah, you two got me this far. I have to go the rest of the way on my own.
Yeah, so again, I've hit my bullshit limit. So I think I'm going to cut this one off here. If you guys want to keep going, he does say a little bit more. It's just annoying. So it's your call. I'll keep going if you want. This bingo is a lot of fun, though, so I'm enjoying that. So that might be worth going for right there. But thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Have a fabulous week, and I will talk to you again soon. Take care. Bye-bye.